Episode 1000, Are You Giving What You Expect?
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Staring at a stop sign, watching people drive by.
Happy day. I hope your week is ending with a little kick and a spunk of joy. Today is Confession Day, and yes, we're addressing the question, are you giving what you expect? I wonder what that could be about. Well, you're going to want to stay tuned. For those of you who are brand new to Create You Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple Strategy Everyday Solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, I got to tell you, this week has been quite a ride. I've been on a roller coaster of emotions. I am here to announce we have sold our house. On top of that, we are in episode 1000. And all I can do is just have this grateful heart for you, for what Christ has given me, for the blessings around me, and even for the chaos too. Because there's always learning from that. It's always a season. You know, when you remain humble and teachable, that's where God stretches you the most. And so today, I want to stretch you a little bit. Confessions, mom to mom, woman to woman, okay, woman to man maybe even, mom to dad. Are you giving what you expect from others, from your loved ones, from your family, from strangers? How you live your days is how you live your life. Moment by moment, your impact either adds to the beauty of life or it adds to the chaos. We have a lot to give, but we also have a lot to take away. As parents, we have the highest calling to raise up our children in the way in which they will go. Yes, we can't force them to do exactly what we want. Ultimately, deep down, you know that's really what we want them to do. But they aren't perfect, and neither are we. But I want you to know that your influence is greater than anything or anyone around them. Stop the excuses of technology. Yes, it's an issue we have to deal with. Stop the excuses of friends. Yes, that's an issue you have to deal with. Stop the excuses of school. Stop the excuses of food. Stop the excuses of finances. You are their parent. And therefore, you have the greatest influence. It's unfortunate that as I have gotten older, excuses have become more predominant. And it's always in our conversations. We always follow up with something. No is a complete sentence. Yet we feel like we have to add on all this other stuff. Yes can be a complete sentence. Again, we try to sit here and balance these buzzwords that float around, whether it's from social media or television, whether it's because of just our timing of life, like, you know, in the 60s you had stuff, in the 70s and 80s you had stuff, in the 90s now, in the 21st century. We can rack up anything we want and try to check off the list and make it fit into some clear box. But you know what? It all boils down to us, you and me. Those who have everyday contact with our children, relationships with our children, you are the difference maker. Your influence is greater than anything or anyone around them. So what is the message you are sending them when it comes to living a purposeful life? I was somewhat set up with this week. I told you it's been a roller coaster. We've tried to finalize our selling of our home, which is very exciting, yes. But with that comes tension. Whether it's negotiations of a sale price, negotiations of inspections, negotiations of what's supposed to be left in the house. There's so much when it comes to selling a home. If you haven't had to do it, congratulations. If you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's tough, whether you're the buyer or the seller. And so this week has really been a tough week for me, not just because of the house portion, but everything else going on. Obviously, we had the bonus episode praying for Las Vegas. Been a tough week. My grandma lived there for years, retired there. We would go there at least once a year, sometimes twice or three times, and visit her. Las Vegas was something that was just so spectacular because I learned about it as a child. And these lights were just fascinating, and they, engulfed my attention every single time. But way back then when I was growing up, you'd walk through the casinos and you had to walk fast hand in hand with mom and dad, or they were quick to come at you. Security now is a little bit less. It's a little more family oriented. Kids come and go. No, they can't gamble. No, they can't touch things. But they're not shooed away as fast as what we were in the olden days. Well, it breaks my heart with what happened with Las Vegas. It just tears me up inside. And so with that, with the house, with just trying to be a mom and trying to do my responsibilities, trying to be here for you all, for this community that I love so dearly, your family to me. And come on, it's because of you that we've hit over 1,000 episodes now. Yes, because of all those bonus episodes and all those other funky episodes that we did, we have over 1,000 episodes. But this one is the numbered 1,000. And that's to be celebrated. But I got to tell you, there were times I didn't want to celebrate. And there were times that I would raise my voice and my tone would change. And I would get a little bit, kind of a grr. And I got loud. It's easy for me to get loud. My voice projects. I know, you already know that, right? I have no secrets. But what happened was that my children overheard the conversation. And I had to kind of back down from it a little bit. Apologized maybe how I handled myself. Are you giving what you expect? We have these expectations for our children to act a certain way, to perform at a certain level. All of these can be good, but if the roles were reversed, would we be doing the same in return? Well, I learned quite quickly, in just a few seconds following that weird kind of conversation that I had. It wasn't anything major. It was just between my husband and I. And the details don't matter, but what matters is what was reflected to my children. How I was handling myself as their role model, as their mother, because I'm their biggest influencer. Their dad is their biggest influencer. And I needed to make sure that they understood the context of what was going on. They didn't need to understand the details, but they needed to understand the context. And they also needed to understand what Mama did on her mistakes, what I could have changed, what I could have done better. Are you giving what you expect? Because that's really the gut clincher. When you look at yourself, are you giving out what you are expecting from them? Now, I understand life happens, and I get it. Martin Luther King Jr. says this: the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Where do you stand? Are you giving what you expect? Maybe you have been diagnosed with a disease that kind of came out of the blue. Maybe it is the big C. We don't like to talk about cancer, but it's here. Maybe it's just, I don't know, something like celiac disease even. Or maybe you're getting a little bit too much weight, and now your cholesterol is up. All of the conditions are bad, not good for your health at all. Things need to be changed. So even though you have something bad possibly happen in your life, can you still make something good in your life? And that's what Martin Luther King is saying. You proved who you are in challenge and controversial times, not when you're in comfort and convenience. Look at the Las Vegas shooting. Look how everybody is coming together. It doesn't matter the race, the religion. Everybody's coming together as a community across not just the United States, but across the globe. There is something that binds us as human beings, but we're afraid to ask the question, Are we giving what we expect? A lot of us talk out of one side of our mouths and do something out of the other. How are you living your life? If you were to hold up that mirror, what would it reflect? This is a very uncomfortable question to answer, but one that I think is very important to all of us, including myself. And it's one that we need to reflect on often, whether we're in the good, the bad, or the ugly of our life. Give as you expect others to give. That is your kiss, the Keep It Simple strategy. Give as you expect others to give. Give what you want to receive. In words, in actions, in service, in text. If you don't like receiving text, then why do you text everybody? Why don't you pick up the phone and call? Oh, because I know if I get on there, they're just going to keep going on and on and on and on. What if the role was reversed? Think about it. If you expect respect, give respect. If you expect service with a smile, give service with a smile. So number one, if you really want to give as you expect others to give, that means you have to give what you want to receive. And number two, you have to lead with yourself. A lot of us don't want to take the initiative. We don't want to lead. But you are called to lead. You're called by Christ to lead. He doesn't want you sitting on the back burner. He doesn't want you on the sidelines. He says, I want to use you now. And not just with your children. I want to use you with your husband. I want to use you with your wife. I want to use you in the workplace. I want to use you in your community. I want to use you with a stranger on the street. I want to use you when we have massive, horrible, horrific tragedies. I want you. Give as you expect others to give. This isn't easy. It's hard, actually, if we really dig deep. And when I ask a lot of you here. I do. Because I expect a lot. And that one, I blame my dad for. That's how he raised me. He says, no, it's not about 100%. It's about 120%. And it wasn't about necessarily perfection. I thought he was wrapped up in perfection. And I think, honestly, that was an excuse. His excuse that I adopted as my excuse. And instead of just sitting here and going, okay, what can I do right now within my own strength and with God's strength? Knowing what I know, what can I do? And lead with that. That means you're being true to yourself. And you don't have to worry about confessions then when you're true to yourself. Some people would say that this is a twist, or it's very similar to the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Yes, it is, but this do unto others, we kind of just rattle it off and we don't think about it. But if you think about give, you have to give somebody something. That's like a gift. God gave you a gift when he created you. He gave you life. He gave you a purpose. He gave you dreams. Imagine what he's thinking right now of us. Give as you expect others to give. If he was thinking that, whoa, are we doing what he expects us to do? Maybe you've buried your dream. Maybe it's time to get that shovel out and start unburying it. Maybe you've been running from something for too long and you need to get in touch with what happened in the past, and counseling has been kind of on your priority list, but not really. And now things are getting a little stressful in your relationship. Give as you expect others to give. Give what you want to receive. We have to be the hands and feet of Jesus. That's ultimately why he calls us. He calls us into battle, the marathon of life. Yes, it's a beautiful thing, but it also can be a tragic thing at the same time. But from tragedy comes beauty. if you are giving as you expect others to give. I don't know where you are right now in your life. Maybe this is the first time you've ever heard me talk here on the podcast. Welcome. I do automatically consider you family because, in my opinion, you're not here by accident. None of us are. I never thought when I started this journey that I would be this far, with this many episodes, with this many writings and topics to discuss. I mean, eventually I'm thinking, I'm going to run out of things, aren't I? And God says, I'll tell you when you're finished. And I sit here and I'm just like, okay, Lord, I'm trying. And I got to tell you, it's been tough sometimes. Just over a year ago, I was ready to hang it all up. I was done. I was flustered. Now I get tired once in a while, and I have to dig a little bit deeper. I have to find really what I feel like I need to talk about, not because of me, but because of what God is wanting me to talk about. I'm trying to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Give as you expect others to give. Maybe you need some help. Maybe you need someone just to come beside you. You don't even know the starting point. Everything right now is just kind of freaky weird. Whether you've been here since the very beginning of Welcome, the 000 episode, or whether this is your very first episode. I am here for you, and I have a gift for you. If you click on the link, take aim in the show notes. I have a free gift. It's a coaching call with me. Yes, I sound the same as I do now. That's one of the things that everybody tells me. You sound exactly like who you are. I'm like, yes, because you're talking to me. And it will have a lot of fun. Some tears might be shed. But you're going to have a strategy. And God's going to touch you and reach into where you need to be met. But he can't do that unless if you're willing to take a chance on you and on him. Click on that link, take aim. Let's set up a coaching call. You and me. Let's come together. It is all about giving as you expect others to give. I look forward to hearing from you. And for those of you who have been in this family for a long time, I love you so much. I really, truly do. To my amazing husband, Bradley, you are my star, babe. You really are. And to my 5 beautiful children, Kaylin, Devin, Ashley, Noah, and Grayson. Yes, you're a topic of a lot of my episodes, but you warm my heart, and I will always be proud of you. I want each of you to live your dream, the God-given dream that he has given you. It's a gift. And if we look at what we do in our life as a gift, then we are giving as we expect others to give without even a thought. So go out today, each moment by moment as it passes, live, love, and impact. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.